Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go over the second step of our dry fire practice. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to clear everything because I forgot to do it off camera. So spare mag, and we're going to clear our weapon. So we're going to take the magazine out, and we're going to roll over, take the round out, and then we're physically going to clear it again. So I'm going to come over to the top of the slide. I'm looking. There is no round in the chamber. The magazine is empty. The weapon is clear. Okay. So I hope you've been doing your dry fire practice. You know, originally the only thing we were doing was taking our position, forming a firing grip, dry fire. Sight pictures, sight alignment. You know, we have a sight picture for two sight pictures for each round we fire. Well, today we're going to progress to the second step. Now, before we do, I'm going to discuss my gear just a little bit. Typically, I run what's called appendix carry. It's an inside the waistband holster, and it's right over my appendix, so it's tucked right here. I thought it might be a little easier if instead of that is a strong side. So this is a Safariland holster. It's outside the waistband, of course, and it's just a simple holster. I thought it might be easier to see the draw stroke that way. Now, I also carry a spare magazine on this side. When we get to where we start talking about malfunctions, there's an acronym called, or the acronym is MEAL, M-E-A-L. The four main causes of malfunctions outside of operator error are M for magazine, E for extractor, A for ammunition, L for lubrication. Either too much lube or no lube at all. And so most times, if your weapon's going to take a dump on you, it'll be magazine related. So I don't carry a spare mag because I carry a full size. This is a Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0. So I've got 17 in the magazine, 1 in the pipe. That's 18 rounds. If my math's correct, of course, growing up in Kentucky, I would have had to double check. I had to take my shoe socks off. Now, used to, the rule of thumb was a gunfight, for lack of a better term, was 3 rounds, 3 seconds, 3 yards. I'm not sure if that holds up today because now we're starting to have multiple assailants. But let's say it's 3 rounds per assailant. With 1 magazine, if I do my job, that's 6. If I get 18 rounds off on 6 feathers and I ain't leaking out of places that I normally shouldn't be leaking blood, it'll be a miracle. So another 17 rounds is kind of, well, I wouldn't say it's overkill, but you know, but again, if I'm gonna have trouble, most time it'll be magazine related. So that's why I carry a spare mag. I also, in my pocket, I carry a trauma kit. Now, I believe it was James Yeager is the first person I heard say this, but he said you always carry 2 trauma kits. You carry 1 trauma kit, or 1 kit to cause trauma, be it a handgun or a blade. You carry another kit to fix trauma, tourniquet, Israeli battle dressing, chest seals, etc. Now, the IFAK or trauma kit is something we're going to be going over very soon. Probably one of the next videos, if not the next video, we'll go over it. It is not a boo-boo kit. It's not a first aid kit. It's a trauma kit. So, okay. Now, in the previous video, the video previous to this, if you watched them in order, we discussed improvements. Well, how do we improve? And how do we quantify that? Well, a good way is the 5x5 drill for handgun. Again, I think the first person I heard say this was Pat McNamara. But the statement he made was, if you took yourself today and you made a zero copy, a Xerox copy of yourself today, in 1 month's time, or a specific given period of time, could that individual in the future outshoot you, outwhoop you, outrun you, whatever you're trying to improve on? We're not competing against each other. Now, to me, yeah, I think we are, because I don't lose anything. I'll be honest, I'm competitive. Now I want to do it in a good-natured, not mean-spirited, just a fun way. But ultimately, we're competing against ourselves. Are we showing improvement? And how do we show improvement? Again, it's using drills or tests that can quantify where we're at and our progress. So today, what we're going to go over is the draw stroke. Oh, one other thing while we're talking about this. I really don't care how you carry. You want to carry outside the waistband, inside the waistband. I really would recommend inside the waistband, best for concealment. I'm not a big fan of open carry. Politically, hey, I'm all for it. Tactically, there's better options. I don't put gun stickers on the car. I don't, except for like Mossy Oak, I don't wear Glock caps or Glock t-shirts or that sort of thing. In my opinion, they're target indicators. If somebody's looking for a target, it's kind of a shoot me first kind of thing. Or if they're looking for a car to break in, to steal something. If you've got stickers, hey, and if you've got them, more power to you. I'm tickled to death for you. I'm not telling you to take them off. But I will say, if you are going to open carry, please, for the love that's all that's holy, carry in a retention holster. Safari makes a holster very similar to this. I think it's an ALS, and it's got a little button here on the side that when you make a firing grip, your thumb will depress that button, and you cannot pull that pistol out until that button is depressed. So if somebody comes behind you, realize that either through a cover garment that you've got a handgun, and they reach to grab, they can't just snatch it out. And those, and I don't like using company names, but I'm using it this time. Those Uncle Mike nylon holsters that fit everything and don't fit nothing, please throw them out the window and get you a good Kydex holster. As Safariland, Bravo Concealment, I don't care. Just get you a good holster. One that can take some abuse, okay? All right, let's end the sermon. Now, back to our holsters and our positioning. If you want to carry strong side, or some people will carry like if we're looking at a clock, this is 12, 1, 3, 6, 9, okay? If you want to carry about 4 o'clock right here, that's a good place to conceal. Not a bad problem. It's a little hard to get to if you're sitting. Also, it's a little harder to control your weapon if you're in a struggle. The only thing I will say, right here, that's small of the back. Do not, under any circumstances, put a pistol over your spine. If you fall or you're knocked down and you land, you can have spinal damage. Now, if you want to come off to the side just a little bit, that's cool. Just don't go right here over your spine. The second thing, remembering the 4 rules of firearm safety. All guns are loaded, muzzle discipline, trigger off, finger off your trigger, target, what's in front, what's behind. If you're going to carry back here, do not carry where you're grabbing a gun like this, where the stock, this portion here is pointed this way. If you carry like this and you do your draw stroke, and I'm going to put it back in holster so I don't sweep myself, it's very easy to sweep yourself as you come around. If you're going to carry back here, carry like this. That way when you come around, you're not sweeping yourself with your muzzle. Okay? Okay. So, we're going to do the draw stroke. Some people do like a 4 count. We're just going to do a complete draw stroke. So, you're going to get in your position. So, our left shoulder width apart on our feet, left foot slightly ahead of our right foot, knees unlocked. We're pivoting at the hips. If you're wearing a cover garment, which 99 times out of 100 I am, first thing we're going to do is clear our cover garment. The easiest way to do that, and I do the same process whether it is open in the front or closed in the front. Open in the front would be a jacket that's not zipped up, sports coat, suit coat, that sort of thing. Closed in the front would be a hoodie or a jacket that's zipped up, or just a t-shirt. Grab the cover garment on each side, pull up. When you come up, open this hand, go down and get a good firing grip, okay? If you can't get a firing grip with your hand, your pistol in the holster, let's find us another holster. And it looks like we're just a smidgen over 10 minutes. So I'm going to stop right there, and we're going to come back and we'll continue.